Good time. 41 Sports Talk Radio, 4radionetwork.com. I am the bench warmer. Sitting here on this is the 5th show.
We talked about this last week.
Sir, you're not going to be able to count all these shows.
That's enough.
Please stop. Please.
Show number 4 was in the books. Show number 5 is on the way.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sitting next to Coach. What's going on, sir?
Good evening, everybody.
You don't like that.
Good evening, everybody.
All right, sitting next to on my second right is Professor. What's happening, Professor?
All is well.
Well, you got both tables rolling, huh?
Rolling.
Whoa.
Let's
You know,
get
it takes a special man to do both tables.
Yeah, both of them rolling.
And then to my left is security.
To the left,
To the left. Do we need to pack the bag to the left?
Not me.
Okay. What's going on, lady? How you doing?
I'm doing great. What about yourself?
Great. How was your weekend?
It was great. My grandmother turned 85, I believe.
Wow.
She kind of goes between ages.
I thought you said y'all already established
Well,
the
we
age.
did. We decided that, she decided that she's going to stay 49 for the rest of her life. And then my mom is 39, I'm 29, and my daughter's 19. So,
Wow.
yeah, we kind of, we can't add no more. Aubrey can't be 9 for the rest of her life. So,
No, she sure can't.
yeah.
No, she needs to grow up.
So, but yeah, we celebrated her birthday, and then we did a Super Bowl party. And after the Super Bowl party, we went over to my aunt and uncles and celebrated some more with my grandmother and my grandkids.
Well, we
and
slept.
all that.
We slept on the Super Bowl. We'll get to that.
I didn't sleep. I just ate.
Professor, how was your
I ate
weekend?
enough for 10 people.
My weekend was nothing but getting over the flu.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I stayed at home all weekend to recover to where I'm at today. I first caught it on Friday mid-afternoon, and then from that point, after I got the chills, where I was just cold for no reason, didn't realize what I had until Saturday, and it just got worse, and breaking out of fevers and sweating, and didn't want any food. I didn't eat for almost 2 days. All I did was drink water all day.
Wow.
And I didn't starve. I knew that I was sick. So from what I was told, the flu came from somebody at my job. And that's how I got
You
it.
didn't bring home some kids, did you?
No, it wasn't that. Well, I have to come home.
Well, I mean, but you didn't bring it. You didn't
But
give
he
it to him,
didn't
did you?
know he had it.
No. And by the grace of God, nobody in my house is sick. Nobody.
Grace of
Wow.
God, for
I'm
real.
just waiting on it. Everyone's saying, well, no, we're fine. So,
Drink lots of
I'm
vitamin C.
and that's what got me over the hump. Is
Lots of orange juice, lots of water.
I can't do orange juice because I have acid reflux. It's acidic stuff that I had to stay away from.
Well, anything with vitamin C.
So I got something called
You got the
emergency.
emergency?
It was
Yeah.
the raspberry kind. Because Tanetta do not get the orange kind because it's acidic. She gave me raspberry, some god awful stuff.
Yes, it is.
And I poured it in their bottle and I held my breath so I wouldn't taste
Drunk
it.
it, huh?
Oh, that's what the kids do when they get
Yeah,
back home.
Yeah.
And I
That's
drank
what
the
the
whole
castor oil.
bottle.
Remember castor oil?
I didn't want to sip on it. I drank the whole bottle and man, I
That's
was
what I would
straight.
do.
I'd have done some hot toddy in a heartbeat.
See,
Yeah, that would have been me
see,
too.
you just whiskey,
Even
you
this
know.
hot toddy.
No, the
Yeah,
hot
it
toddy
works.
I'm telling you, that
It
works.
does.
Yes.
He makes one for me and I
That
just
hot
pass
toddy,
out.
after you finish that bad boy, it's over.
Over.
I used to give said he could take like the NyQuil or something like that.
Mhm.
Because it has alcohol.
No,
You
it
know,
didn't.
kids,
No.
NyQuil.
The problem is it didn't have alcohol in it.
No, NyQuil does.
No,
40%.
well, we didn't give them NyQuil. We like Benadryl and stuff like that.
Oh,
The
okay.
kids stuff. No, we gave
I
the
was gonna
kids
say.
stuff. That stuff never worked. Man, I sat there one day, put a little whiskey in that bad boy.
Oh my God.
Good night.
I have nothing.
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just said.
Look,
He looked
disclaimer,
good to go.
all things said by the bench warmer do not reflect the rest of the crew.
Wait. One day we was at my aunt's house.
You going to
No,
jail.
listen, no, we didn't do this. He was at my aunt's house, right? And
so
my uncle-
blame it on your aunt.
Wait, my uncle he had a little bull, a little can of bull sitting inside, right?
Oh my goodness.
Cedric walks over there, sits there for a second or two, and then walks off. My uncle reached down, there ain't nothing in that bull, it ain't nothing in that can.
Why are you telling all his business?
He just walked out.
Like Joe said, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Why? But why are you telling all his business?
Anyway,
I just
I'm
thought that was
good.
funny.
I'm glad you're getting healthy, brother.
I'm about 95%. I was not like this yesterday and the day before. Today was the first time I felt this good. So
I'm glad
I'm
you're better.
good.
That's good.
I'm glad you're
That's
better.
good. Coach?
That flu was taking
Yeah, I didn't really
folks
do
out.
anything this weekend. I just kind of lounged around until Sunday. That was about it.
And then on Sunday, you lounge around too.
Well, I
Yeah.
went over to some friend's house for a Super Bowl watching party, and she was a Patriots fan, and it was
Oh,
disgusting.
that was disgusting. That was disgusting. That was
I
hard to
couldn't
deal with,
do
huh?
it.
Very hard to deal with.
Did the
Very
smoke
hard.
come off your head like it did when we was watching the Rams game?
Well, Quest, how was it in your house? In your
Terrible.
she's a Patriots fan.
Terrible.
Oh, that was bad.
I know
Yeah.
that was terrible.
Terrible.
No,
Ooh wee.
Yeah.
so,
So
no flames because I had no.
you had no horse in
No.
this race anyway.
Watching for
I was just going
Talk
for
show
NFC.
purposes.
Right. Because it's homework.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's homework.
Yeah, we had to watch it.
Yeah. We
Bench warmer forced us all to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we went over there in that master. I will talk about that later.
Yes, please.
Um.
Let's get that over with.
Yeah. So let me give some updates.
Okay.
The app. Everybody's got the app on their phone now.
Yes.
Okay, now we got schedules, and we're in the process of putting together to where you can, and this is for our listening audience, you can actually book one of our talents, and we'll put the prices there and everything. So if let's say, Coach, if you wanna, if someone books you, you're gonna go out to that, and you know.
My fee is $3,500.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll be sitting here because I won't be requesting.
You're not getting booked.
Hey, I am wanted. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
I am.
3,500.
I got a speaking engagement this month.
I'm trying to figure out
Not
what that's
for
about.
411, but I do talk about 411 when I go.
All right then. As long as you talk about 411, you go.
I always do.
So and then so we're continuing to develop it. The office, we've been getting contracts to build out the office space. Girlfriend Talk will be the first show that's going to be in the office space, and we'll get more coming in. So we're growing, we're building, and our motto is "Come grow with us."
Yes.
There you go. Come grow with us. Little bit of internet. Do we have? We're doing birthdays later, right?
It's up to you. We can do it now.
Do you have
Quick,
one?
I only have a few.
Okay. What do you got?
quick, get better soon to the ladies for girlfriend talk.
Yes.
Yes.
Get better
They came
soon.
down sick. Nick came down sick yesterday, and Fee, I think, has been sick for a few days. She came out of the hospital and she had to go back in. So
Yes.
y'all just be in prayer for her.
Get
Nick and
better
I,
soon.
Nick's been keeping me updated on her health and Fee's health. So
And from a selfish standpoint, you ruined my plans from 8 to 8:55. Thank you.
Oh, my
Exactly,
God.
because that's the sit over there, right?
Yeah, that's the sit and chill.
Uh-huh.
They don't like entertainment because I make them stay up here and do he say, she say.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, but good.
Anyway.
So what do
So-
you got? Birthdays?
Okay, so for celebrity birthdays, the only one that's still alive, well, no, there's two. Excuse me. Bobby Brown.
Mm.
Oh,
How old is Bobby Brown, y'all?
are we doing that now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
I don't.
Bobby Brown,
I'm
y'all
gonna say
know he's,
I'm gonna say 50.
No, he's older than that.
he's older than that.
Yeah, he's
Is
older
he?
than that.
Okay, can I change since you said that?
No,
I'm
it's
kidding.
too late.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No, I can.
No, y'all keep guessing. You
I
said
can-
50. Go ahead.
no,
Coach.
you already told me I'm out.
No, I didn't.
Don't be cruel.
Don't.
'Cause I would never. 53.
You had to sing it. You had to sing it to figure it out.
What you say, Professor?
And then Professor on his phone. You know,
No, I'm actually
Don't be cheating.
no, I'm actually looking at my brother's comment. He was asking, y'all not on the app anymore. Whatever.
He got the old app. Tell him to get
I
updated.
got the old
He
app.
got the 41
tell
media.
him to go to 411 Radio Network.
Yes.
That's where the
.com.
app.
Come on,
.com.
Ray.
No, just 411 Radio Network on the.
On
What
the
do we
Google
call
Play.
Ray? What was his name? He had a name too.
Did
Was
he?
it engineer?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
He
called
yeah,
him
yeah,
something.
yeah.
He had his own nickname. But
Did-
anyway,
Did you see his comment?
I didn't. I haven't been on there. I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
trying to get my laptop to work.
Well, you'll see. You can answer him back.
Okay,
That's
I will.
so Bobby
Bobby
Brown. Someone said 50.
Bobby!
Said
I'm gonna go.
53.
You said 53.
Yes.
I'm gonna go 56.
56, and you said
Can I say something different?
you can say whatever you want to say. You the host. You the owner. You the mostest.
I'm gonna go 52.
You were right the first time. He's
50. I told you 50.
Oh,
I
he's-
got you. I
This-
got you. I got
Well,
you.
see, I knew that.
Conspiracy, giving you a second opportunity.
No,
But
no,
if he
I,
had stayed with what he had, he would have won.
no. I knew he was
Your
close to our
consolation
age.
prize is me. No.
I'm gonna get the next one right.
Man, he look older than 50.
Rogers.
That's
Well, you know,
all
it's them
all that
drugs.
drug, yeah.
Come on
all
now.
that stuff.
all that
Too much
stuff.
Whitney.
Yeah, he-
No, it wasn't Whitney. He had his
he's
own
still
stuff.
out there trying to do concerts.
But
Right.
you know what though? I think he has aged in the last couple of years because of the death of his daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, the way
Took a
she
toll on him,
died.
yeah.
I think it was just too much for him.
Yeah.
Whitney died. He was already upset about that, and then for her to go the same way,
Mhm.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So the next one is Roger Staubach.
Ooh, Staubach. Okay, so
Dallas Cowboys quarterback.
he was 28 when he got into the league. That was in 1967.
Drum roll, please.
So
'Cause he was military, right?
yeah, he was military.
That's what I thought.
So no, he was 27 actually. So in 67, so
This is-
37,
you don't have to analyze.
47, 57, 67. He's 70. He's 77. I'm gonna say 77.
Coach.
When I saw him, I was a young whippersnapper, and he was old. So
He was already old,
yeah,
huh?
I'm gonna go 72.
You're not picking first anymore. Go ahead. Take too long.
I say he's older than Jerry.
Jerry?
Jerry.
Jura.
Mr. Jones.
Geriatrics.
Owner Jerry. And I think Jerry's 76 now. So I say Roger's going on 78.
He is actually 77.
Ah.
I'm not letting you go first anymore. But anyway, that's the last live person.
I'm gonna say don't put no football on the table because I got this covered.
But Bobby Brown wasn't even football.
That's still that's new edition. I watched that story 12 times.
Oh man, we got it on record.
That was a-
Y'all know we
that was a good
recording
flip.
the Soul Train series
Yes.
tonight.
Oh,
The
I forgot about that.
series
I forgot
American
about that. I've
Soul
been seeing
is 2
previews of that.
episodes, so
Yeah.
we've got to record it.
Yeah.
So honorable mention to the famous baseball player born in Mobile, Alabama,
Ernie Banks.
Hank Banks.
No.
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron. I
Hank-
can say.
You got me messed up.
She
I got
said-
the name
Hank
right
said
here.
Hank
Hank
Banks.
Banks. I had the name all right on my tongue. See, you can't talk anymore.
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron.
Hank
Wow.
Aaron. He was born in 1934, so that would make him, if he was still alive.
Old.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hank Aaron is still living, right?
Is he still living?
He's
still
not
living.
deceased.
Oh shoot, I'm tripping.
No, Ernie Banks is the one who passed away.
Ernie,
yeah,
see,
he's
You got me
deceased.
messed up,
Yeah,
man.
Now.
Okay, so how old is he then?
Who?
If he was born in
Hank
1934,
Aaron. I done gave it away.
Oh my God. He is.
He's
He was
85.
85.
That's why I said
85,
my
yeah.
grandmother is somewhere between it because she goes back and forth between I was born in 34 and I was born in 36. I'm like, which one is it, Grandma?
she don't know which one it is.
Oh my
She's in
God.
her right mind, but she just don't want to. She don't want us to know.
They gave her the wrong
Right.
birth certificate.
She doesn't want us to know. That's why. So
All
but
right.
anyway, so those were the 3 that we had for today. And Hank Aaron, I apologize.
But
Yeah.
Ernie Banks.
Bench warmer got me messed up over here.
Short story about Ernie Banks though. He's from Dallas. Went to Booker T. Washington. He actually played in the same backfield as my grandfather.
Really?
Yeah, at Booker T. Washington. They won the state.
That's awesome.
They won the state championship in 1946, and they actually both my grandfather, them two played in the same backfield.
1946.
Isn't
Yeah.
that something?
Black and white TV.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Black and white pictures
Can you
too.
imagine watching?
No, I can't. No, not at all.
Hey, I
Ooh-wee.
remember black and white TVs. We had one.
Hey, y'all can show y'all's age all day, every day. I have nothing to do with that.
All right, coming up next, we have the college roundup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zion Williamson is the best NBA prospect since Michael Jordan. That's a good question. We have 4 down territory.
Yes, the
The
final
final.
version of the NFL season.
The final, okay.
Tears.
The final, yeah,
One
yeah,
of my favorite segments.
yeah. We've already done the celebrity birthdays. Girl Trend Talk is not going to be here today
We said that.
again. Well, I'm running down the show
Gotcha.
again. Get well soon.
Mhm.
Yes.
So we have entertainment.
Okay.
In our entertainment segment, we're doing
I'm the consolation prize.
yes, we're doing
Again.
we're doing commercials.
We're doing the Super Bowl,
Super Bowl
commercials.
commercials.
Did y'all watch the Super Bowl? There were like 57.
I didn't watch the whole Super Bowl, but there's one commercial that I like that all
Oh,
I
of.
know you
only-
probably
all
like the
right,
same
all
one we like.
So
So
we'll
we're gonna
do-
go through
we'll
the
do-
cruise favorites.
We'll deal with
during
that.
the
I'm
entertainment
sure we're
hour,
going
then
to
we're gonna
agree
do
on
the
the
he
one
say,
we
she
like.
say.
Okay.
I think we all like
we
the
have the
same
he say
one.
she say. What's the he say she say topic?
It's too long to say.
Okay,
during
so
this
we got the
segment.
he say. Oh, you doing the long one, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
we got
chose
the
the
he say
long
she
one.
say.
Nobody responded.
The NFL
Second, huh?
and the worst Super Bowl ever known to man.
Was it?
Oh, it was.
There's a question.
Oh, that was a
horrible.
question. Oh, I thought that was just a statement.
We'll talk about it.
I thought that was a
Question.
statement. We're gonna grade the Mavericks, Luke, the trade
Yeah, Porzingis.
Porzingis, yeah, and then we're gonna have final thoughts at 9:40 between
All
9:45.
right.
We
We'll
have
try our
final
best to
thoughts.
keep the time.
Yes. So are we good right now? Do we keep moving or we keep moving? Okay.
We following quests.
Okay. So can I do entertainment? Some sports news real quick. I'm good. Okay. Ex quarterback Vince Young was arrested on drunken driving charges.
What?
So not the first time.
I know.
What?
Oh my God.
Really?
He's a knucklehead. Man.
Well, Antonio
I'm being
Brown.
sarcastic.
Antonio Brown was arrested too for
Really?
Another knucklehead.
drunken driving.
They all knuckleheads.
No, so that's not even news, huh?
Well, it's news because
It's-
Vince Young's a name.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
Kellen Moore is the official. Oh, look at this big old smile over here. He is the official offense coordinator
Oh,
for the
okay.
We gonna
Cowboys.
see how he does.
Yeah, and John Kidner, which I think the John Kidner thing is going to help the Kellen Moore thing.
I agree.
Yes.
I think that's going to help the Kellen Moore thing. So and Jason Garrett was not given a contract extension, which means rumors are out that about the Sean
Peyton.
Payton.
Peyton's not leaving New
He ain't
Orleans.
going nowhere.
No,
He's not
leaving
going
New
nowhere.
Orleans.
That's the media making up rumors.
That's all it is. And I just want the record to show I called Kellen Moore. I asked for this way before this announcement ever came about. So on this show.
And yeah, you did. And then lastly, Gil Brandt is now a Hall of Famer. So that would make the Cowboys to have more more office staff in the Hall of Fame than any other team. Because you got Tex Schramm, Tom Landry, and Gil Brandt. That's that three-headed monster right there.
Mm-hmm.
So and Jerry Jones. Let's not forget Jerry Jones.
Of course, congratulations.
Yes, so Gil Brandt was a mastermind. He's the one who picked up Bob Hayes when Bob Hayes was running track, and you didn't know Bob Hayes was a wide receiver, and Bob Hayes is the one who made defenses play the zone.
And he was fast.
Yeah, bullet Bob Hayes. So he went to go get Thomas Hollywood Henderson out of Langston University, and nobody was going to black colleges to pick up players, well, except Walter Payton.
Was Hollywood the guy that hit the lotto twice?
Yes.
Okay.
And was broke twice. Hit the lottery twice, got broke twice.
Right.
But he's the only linebacker to run a kickoff back for a touchdown.
Still is.
That's how fast he was.
And he must have not been very big either.
No, he was big too.
Oh, he's a big dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude. He's Lawrence Taylor type size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he ran a kickoff back because they put him on kick return. He ran that bad boy back for a touchdown.
Nice.
But that's a Gil Brandt pickup. So it's good to see him in. All right, so let's move on. College roundup, what you got?
The college roundup this week, we're going to get into a little basketball, college basketball. I was reading an article. Scottie Pippen came out, and they were debating, the type of prospect Zion Williamson would be. And Scottie threw out what I would consider one of the more ridiculous statements I've ever heard, but I thought it would make for a good conversation here. He said that Zion was the best NBA prospect to come out since Michael Jordan. So
I don't know.
Yeah, we heard that about Harold Miner, right?
You're right. We did. Baby Jordan. Baby Jordan. He didn't do jack.
Before I dispute Mr. Scottie Pippen, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that.
Number one is hold your horses, Scotty. No, shut it down. All those Zion Williams is good. First of all, I think LeBron's got something to say about that.
Yeah.
Kobe's got something to say about that.
Mhm.
You know, there's a lot of. I mean, shoot, I'm sorry. Luka Doncic might have something to say about that.
No.
Yeah, well,
No.
Kobe,
Let's not put his name out there like that. No.
Kobe and Luka, the difference is they didn't have this much hype. Kobe, people forget, he's like the
Kobe didn't have
13th
no hype.
pick in the draft.
Yeah, he didn't have that much hype.
Jerry West really liked him,
Yeah,
but overall, Kobe wasn't. When he was coming out of high school, he wasn't. LeBron was thought of as the
right,
next
right.
thing,
As the next thing.
chosen
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
But Kobe wasn't in that category.
I don't know. Moses Malone might have something to say about that. He was the first pick in the draft out of high school.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Moses can have something to say.
Yeah, he
about
might
that.
have some. I'm sorry. Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, well, the great Kareem
Abdul, yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar might have some.
Say his name right.
Lou Alcindor. That's his. Well, that's his.
birth name.
That's his
government name.
Government
That's
name.
his
Yeah,
government name.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar might have something to say
Yes,
about that because he
yes.
was highly touted coming out of college.
Yep.
I mean, he in all 4 years he took UCLA to the top. All 4 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I mean, Magic may have something to say about that.
Well, he's the
Most
greatest
definitely.
player ever played basketball. Period.
Oh goodness,
Right.
because he. Oh, you know what? That LA thing. No, Jordan is the greatest player to
No,
ever.
he's not. but
Jordan
that's-
is the greatest
no,
player to ever.
He's not.
Yes,
He's not
Jordan is the greatest player to ever lace them up.
the greatest scorer.
No, the
That
greatest
was-
player to ever
No,
lace
he's
them
not.
up.
No.
It's not Magic.
It's Magic.
Come on, where you get that from? No one in
Hey,
no
man.
one in their right mind actually says Magic is the greatest
Well,
player.
that don't.
So let's say the conversation for another day
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
every year me and Cedric go through this after the NFL season. We see this BS on FB that it just pops up out of nowhere about this time of the year. Who's the greatest player in NBA history?
Right.
And my post been out there for 3 years, and it keeps popping up about this time of the year.
That's because they got that Facebook memories.
And I'm up here like, why do they keep bringing this up? And
It's
then,
never gonna die.
and then some joker put up some insane comments saying
Right.
Jordan is probably number
And brings
5.
it back.
Right,
Like,
somebody-
Yeah,
some-
I'm not gonna go there.
Somebody put up a
Some-
Christian Leitner is the greatest player.
Whoever
So-
did that.
No.
So we every single year on this show we talk about that.
'Cause this is-
LeBron, Jordan,
It's
Magic,
all, yeah.
Kobe.
Wait. Magic's name didn't even come up in the
Well,
conversation.
then the conversation should have never happened.
No,
And
because Magic is not.
Johnson's name's
Magic's not even
it should
close
never
to
even-
it. Magic's not even close to the greatest player.
Let's say that for another show.
That's,
Let's just say that for
Let's get
another
back to
show.
Zion because
Just
you gonna
make
drop
sure-
mic on me.
Hey, when this
You
topic
see him
comes
drop
up,
the mic on me?
when this topic comes up, make sure you do your homework. Make sure you do your homework.
Oh,
Well,
it's done.
I already know what you're gonna say,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's
just
done.
saying when this man does his homework, you got to be ready.
I'll be
So
ready.
you make sure you have your facts too.
Only thing he's gonna bring it because he's a Lakers fan.
that's come on, man.
Okay.
I never do that. I always have numbers to back up what I say.
I understand. I got numbers too.
Okay.
I mean, you might as well put Magic with Bird and them two go at it 1-on-1.
They did for a lot of years.
Or I would do go as far as say LeBron and Bird.
No. But I'm gonna get back to Zion.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Zion, this is my opinion on him.
Mhm.
He I don't know if you guys remember when Ben Simmons was coming out after his freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Right.
Zion, the difference between the two is Zion's a physical specimen.
Right,
I mean,
he
if
is.
you look at him, he looks like a tight end linebacker type player. He's explosive, unbelievable athleticism, but he has the same issue that Ben Simmons has. He cannot shoot.
Right.
And in this day and age in the NBA, you got to be able to make a jump shot. I mean, I mean, it's good to be able to run and dunk and all that good jazz, but if you can't bring any perimeter play, because he doesn't have the skill set that a Ben Simmons does. He's not the passer.
Right.
He's not near the rebounder, and he's not near as good a defender. And I'm gonna throw some numbers at you here. Now, this is gonna sound good. He averages 22 points a game. Field goal percentage is 68%, which is phenomenal. 9 rebounds. But here's the stuff I look at. 3-point percentage is 29%.
Ooh.
We're talking a college 3-point line, which is
Which is
significantly closer
to
than an NBA 3-point
So
line.
so he's not gonna be hitting no 3-pointers.
Exactly. Free throw percentage, 66%. So you can't trust him in late game
Right.
situations. And on top of that,
You hack a shack him and
on top of that, where are you going to play him in the NBA? He's a tweener. He's between a small forward to power forward. He's about 6'6", 6'7". He doesn't have Barkley-like skill on a low block. Everything is athletic ability.
so you can't put him in small. You definitely can't put him in power.
I mean, it's you have a dilemma. Everybody keep hollering about the Knicks drafting him, but
you bring him off like a 6th man or something like that.
No.
You start him.
Well, because wherever he gets drafted, it's going to be
It's going to be high anyway.
It's going to be a bad team, so he's going to play right away. But I would really caution NBA teams taking him with a top 5 pick. I would really, really caution that.
Is he declaring?
Yeah, he's going to go. He's going to go. His stock won't be any higher. It won't be any himself by going back.
So I mean, to go back to what you're saying as far as the greatest thing since Jordan, I mean, wouldn't Chris Bosh have something to say about that too? Chris Bosh came out a better player than he did.
More polished.
More polished. Yeah, exactly.
But they don't. It's not based on being polished. It's what you see on the ESPN highlights now.
But you said it right. It's the highlights.
Yep, that's all it is.
Let's see a whole game and see what happens. You know.
Well, in college he'll dominate.
Yeah, because you have no one there.
Superior to everybody he's dealing with right now. So
I've often thought that the college game, once they start letting players in as a freshman, or you got to play 2 years, and then you can declare. I've often thought that really watered down the college game.
Well, it's 1 year again.
It's back to 1 year. Okay,
now they're talking about letting them go straight out of high school again. But
they watered down. They just watered down the game.
They already have the option, and in my opinion, and I really believe this: if you're a high school kid and you don't want to go to college, you should go to the G League.
Right.
Because they will let you come right away. Don't even bother wasting a scholarship. Allow that scholarship to go to somebody who cares more about education.
Right.
If you're more focused on basketball, don't even waste the time.
Yeah,
don't waste Duke's time. Don't waste UCLA's time.
Mm-hmm.
No, let my son get that scholarship.
But there again, you water down the college. I mean, look at the Final Four. I mean, the Final Four. Okay, those players. Remember back in the day when you had a Final Four and you had a Ewing in the Final Four or a Clyde Drexler. You knew these players were going to be or Jordan. Okay, these players are going to be next big thing.
At least 3 years. You knew you were going to have them for 3 years.
Exactly. Now it's like, okay, well, you know. Who came like who Trey? Did he even play? Did he even play in the Final Four with Atlanta? Yeah.
No, they were out in the first round.
Right. So the final those that played in the Final Four, they weren't even top 10 picks.
Nope. Because the teams that get to the Final Four now are the veteran teams. They've been together for 2 or 3 years, and then they've developed that chemistry. A lot of times, and Kentucky's the king of this. John Calipari would go out there and he would get the cream of the crop athletes, but they never developed chemistry because they just rely on their athletic ability and they're just being more talented than you are. Then they run into a team like Wisconsin who executes to perfection.
Right.
And that ends all of that.
And they never develop skill.
No.
They don't. I mean, but back in the day, that's what they were developing. You get a Tom, who was it? Thompson with Georgetown. Who was the coach for old coach for Georgetown?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you talking
develop
about.
Skill. The coach out of Arkansas, Richard
Nolan
Richardson. Nolan Richardson developed skill. You know, you get coaches like that will actually develop skill. Now these coaches right here, you're right, it's athletic.
Well, Coach K develops
skill. K does develop skill.
But at the end of the day, you have to continue to win. And so Coach K has to go out and he has to go recruit Zion if he wants to compete. Unfortunately, that's just the way it has to be. So he doesn't get to hold on to them long enough
as long to develop that,
hone their skills
because he's gone
the point where they're ready for the NBA. And so, look, physically Zion's ready,
right?
But from a skill standpoint, he's not ready.
Is he going to be another? Okay, so let's compare him to who you think he may be in the pros.
Oh man,
he's not going to be another Leon Smith, is he?
No, because Leon was a knucklehead.
Who brought his girl down from Chicago.
I'm not going there. I'm not going to go there. But, it's hard to tell.
Or Randy White. Remember Randy White?
Yeah, I remember him. You don't see many players like him.
Right.
I mean, because if you even look in the NBA right now, outside of really LeBron, I mean, who's 6'7", 285 that can jump out of the building and has speed to run up and down the court that way? I mean, nobody. There's nobody in the NBA like that right now, and that's why somebody will take a risk on him for that reason.
Well, here's the problem though, and I always say this, but I'm gonna say this tongue in cheek. Number one is when you're in college, you can probably outdo a lot of people. But once you go to the pros, everybody is a pro.
Yep.
So it's a whole new different makeup. Now, whether they play defense or not, because I've always said, you know, shoot, and the NBA doesn't play defense at all. You know, it's the reason why you lose games is because you can't shoot.
Well, no, they do play defense.
Yeah, they don't
That's
play.
misleading. Teams just play faster now.
They
so
don't.
It looks like they don't.
They do not play defense like the 90s and the 80s teams.
No,
They
the
don't
90s
do
and
that.
the 80s teams, they just couldn't score.
No, they was
the
playing.
Miami Heat was one of the worst.
No,
offensive
I'm talking about the
teams I've ever
90s. I'm saying the
seen.
90s. The Miami Heat didn't even exist in the 90s. They
I'm talking about
existed, but they didn't. I'm talking about the Detroit Pistons. That's defense. Your Lakers
Knocking the hell out of everybody.
Right.
That's what the Pistons were
Bill
doing.
Laimbeer,
yeah.
Oh, you
Rick
think you,
Mahorn.
They made you think about coming up in
John
here.
Sally.
you gonna blow by me?
Boy.
Here's a forearm right to your chest.
Yeah. Even Boston Celtics, they had Robert Patton. They was
The
probably,
tree.
Yeah, they was probably one of the
Robert
ugliest
Parrish.
teams.
McHale.
And Dennis Johnson, who
Dennis Johnson.
looked like he got freckles.
Watch it. Watch it.
That's our freckles. Rest in
Watch
peace,
it.
Mr. Johnson, by the way.
You had to change the channel.
Watch
No, that's
that.
real.
What you mean, rest in peace?
He's deceased.
I did not know that.
Oh, he's been
deceased
dead over
for a
10
while.
years.
He's been deceased for a
Are
while.
you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, him and Ernie Banks hanging out now.
He
Shut up.
he
Cedric.
That's
so terrible.
he had a heart attack while he was playing. He had a heart attack coaching a basketball game, and he just collapsed.
I used to like him.
Yeah.
I didn't, and Boston's not my team. The LA Lakers were my team. Still are. Well, they were until Kobe got there.
Careful.
Okay.
But anyway,
You're
that's
fired.
a whole
There you
nother
go.
story.
You're
But
fired.
you know why I
He's
liked him?
deceased.
Find another way
Because
home.
my dad's name is Dennis Jackson, and he's
Okay.
got freckles like that
Oh,
all over his face. I was like, oh, look at my daddy out on the basketball court. Wow.
yeah, he's been deceased for a while.
That's crazy.
He just
Why didn't I
collapsed.
know that?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I haven't been in the NBA like I used to though.
He
Life.
he passed away February 22nd of 07 in Austin,
Oh wow.
Wow.
Austin, Texas. Yep. And he
He was too close to the Texas Longhorns.
That's
What didn't he? Where did he go to college at?
where he went to
I
college?
don't know where Dennis Johnson went to college.
L.A. Harbor College from 72 through 75.
L.A. Harbor.
Right. But going back to what she was saying, at the Austin Convention Center, he had a heart attack and collapsed at the end of the Austin Toros practice. After being rushed to a nearby hospital, he could not be revived and was later pronounced deceased.
That's crazy.
So he had a heart attack
Wow.
during the practice run, basketball
Wow.
practice. Yep.
It could not be resuscitated.
Wow.
And he was just
Horrible.
52.
He was young.
Mm-hmm.
He had,
Yep.
he
It's
had
been 12 years.
he retired like almost 12 years before that.
Yeah.
You just never know, man. That's why you gotta live life and enjoy life,
Yes.
because you just never know.
Yes.
But I'll end the college roundup with this. Once again, be very careful taking Zion.
Buyer
with a
beware.
top 5 pick. I'm not gonna I'm gonna throw this out there. He has potential bust written all over him.
Right.
And I'll leave it at that.
Mm.
Right.
That's the college roundup for the week.
He could be a Josh Howard or Marquise Daniels.
Well, he'll be better than Marquise, I hope.
Yeah, Martin, you talking about a bust.
Well, he wasn't a bust because he was never a top pick anyway.
He
Remember, he was
wasn't.
undrafted.
Yeah. Josh Howard though, he had a couple of years on him, and then he faded away.
Injuries got
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah. Okay. We got four down territory.
That is correct.
The last of the year, 4 down
for
territory.
the NFL season.
The last of the NFL season. Are we going straight NFL, or you got some?
It's straight NFL.
Yes.
You got some nuggets for us.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into 4 down territory.
Are the Patriots the greatest dynasty in NFL history despite Spygate and Deflategate?
Who wants to take that first? You want? I can take it.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah, go ahead and
Okay,
take it.
no. They're getting there, but no. Number one, Spygate and Deflategate, that ruins their credibility.
Tarnishes.
But let's say you have Spygate and Deflategate. there's a dynasty that they have not gotten to yet, which is the Cowboys dynasty. While they've been like 1,200 Super Bowls, Dallas they've been to 9, Dallas has been to 8, but Dallas has had more winning seasons than the Patriots. More winning seasons in a row. They started in 1967, and they had 20 years of winning seasons. They've only missed the playoffs twice within that time period. So I think their dynasty is a lot, and they've while they've lost less Super Bowls than the Patriots have. They've lost 2. The Patriots have lost 4.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
They lost 3 Super Bowls.
They lost against the Colts.
Right.
And they lost. Yeah, you're right. They lost 3 because they lost twice against Pittsburgh.
Right.
Right.
And
So
once against the Colts.
Yeah, and once against the Colts. So I think Dallas's dynasty is a lot better than the Patriots dynasty.
Okay. Coach.
I've said this before. This is the greatest dynasty in the history of football. And I'm going to say that because
The Patriots are.
the Patriots, yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that because this thing started in 2002 when he took over for Drew Bledsoe and they dethroned the greatest show on turf, which I still don't know how they held that team to 17 points to this day. But when you think about it from that point to this point, they've been to the Super Bowl 8 times since then. They've won what Tom Brady has now, 6?
6. Yeah.
They've won 6 of them. So they've won 6 titles during that stretch. So, and they've only missed the playoffs the year Tom Brady got injured and they had to throw Matt Castle out there and they were 11-5.
Yeah, it was 11-5. Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about consistency, and they're doing it in an era that's built for you not to be able to do this.
Oh, great.
That's a good point.
You're not supposed to be able to do this right now.
Free agency.
And they've done it, and they've done it at a high level. They get rid of people you think they shouldn't get rid of. They play people who you think shouldn't even be in the NFL, and they continue to win. They continue to win championships. All the quote-unquote cheating aside, there's something to be said for rings. Rings matter. Winning is fine, but rings matter, and they keep winning rings. And that I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
I'll give you that one. That's you make a good point.
Thank you.
You make.
I think that's the first time you told me that since I've done this show.
It'll probably be
That's
the
a
last.
good one.
It'll probably be the last. So you might want to relish that right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want to relish that.
Check
You
that.
know how you get something that tastes real good and you be eating it real
I know,
slow.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
eat
might
that real slow.
take that. Go home with it,
I'm gonna make my fingers and everything.
baby. He gave me a compliment.
Shelly want to crack at it? Okay.
I don't like the Patriots. I don't have anything to say about them at all. I'm just
You got to answer that, sir.
disgusted.
I got to
I'm
hear your opinion on
disgusted.
that.
All right. Second now.
Oh,
Yeah,
I gotta hear
yeah,
your
yeah,
opinion
yeah,
on that
yeah,
one.
yeah. You got to answer that one.
Hey, you know what? I'm the moderator.
No, you got to answer.
Put the question
No, no.
out there.
This majority rule right here. You got to
Final
answer.
question.
Okay,
Final
so
down.
since you want my answer, anytime there is any indication of cheating
It knocks it out.
in those 6 rings he's talking about, or even the run that they made from 03 up until now, that kind of messes with me in a way. It didn't happen once; it happened twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In the era of the 49ers, Joe Montana forward on the Super Bowl. If they cheated, we didn't hear
We didn't
nothing
know
about it.
Right.
Social media.
But
Big
there was
difference.
evidence that they were deflating footballs and also had these cameras at the practices of the Jets.
The
and
Jets,
the
Yeah,
Bills.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, I remember that.
And
if you're a good football team,
You don't need all
to
that.
do
Do
that.
all
Right,
that,
right.
right.
And remember we talked to Preston Pearson,
Mhm.
and we talked to him. We asked him what does deflating the ball does. He said if you look at it, it allows you to catch the ball and allows you to throw the ball better. You look at their fumble tendencies. The Patriots were fumbling the ball at a 20. I think it's like a 19 or 18% rate when the league average was like 50%.
Mhm.
So they was fumbling the ball a lot less because in that era because of Deflategate, those balls was lower
Mhm.
because of the inflate. they deflated the ball, so that's why they was fumbling that less. You take the same player. There's who's it wasn't Julie. It was another player that went from New England to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget who he was, but he wasn't fumbling as much in New England than he was in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
He started fumbling in Denver, but he wasn't fumbling in New England. That deflated the ball was a part of that process. But you don't care about all that, do you?
No. No.
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's a good reason not to think they're the greatest dynasty of all time, but I still disagree.
All right.
All right. Second now, which big name NFL player will be on another team, coach?
Ooh.
Which marquee NFL name will be on a different team this upcoming season?
You can't say Le'Veon Bell.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
You can't. No, that's easy right there.
Why?
That's easy. That's easy.
Because the Steelers said they were going to.
He's officially still with the Steelers.
Right.
But they said they were going to franchise him. That's what I just read not too long ago. They were going to franchise. That's exactly what I was going to go with. But I'll take it a step further. I think you might see Nick Foles.
Yeah,
in another uniform next year. And I'm going to say this, as much as I hate the Eagles, I think this is a mistake. Them franchising him and possibly trading him. I don't know if you can trust Carson Wentz right now. He's shown to be a little bit on the injury prone side.
Well, you keep Nick Foles and you get rid of Carson Wentz, or because you can't keep both of them, can you?
Why?
I mean, because somebody's going to argue. Somebody's going to have a problem.
Competition.
It won't be Nick Foles because he's already told us on several occasions.
I'm okay.
I'm fine. I'm okay with this.
At backup, because
Yes.
I know I'm playing because he's gonna get hurt.
Well, no, it don't have to be that. He said he was content. And his best success as an NFL quarterback on his resume has been with the Eagles. His first time with the Eagles, we know what happened with that.
Right.
And his second time
Chip
around
Kelly.
with the Eagles, and look where he's at. In between that, he was not good.
Yeah, went to Rams and he was just like crap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was Jeff Fisher, who was the quarterback killer.
Yeah.
The quarterback, the worst coach, made all that money.
So you rolling with Foles?
Yeah, Foles. I think he'll be, and he'll probably be in Jacksonville.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, they would. Boy, they would love that.
Man.
They
That's
would
a
love
good
that.
fit for
Yeah,
him.
it would be.
All right, Cedric.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Todd Gurley.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why would
Let's
you say that?
let C.J. Anderson put some tricks in your
Yeah.
head with that.
No. It's
That
not.
fool's gold.
No.
that you saw, that
It's
was
not because
fool's gold.
it's not because of C.J. Anderson. It's because they got to pay Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I mean, he just signed his 5
He
years?
just signed his contract. They already paid him.
Yeah,
$45 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well.
They might trade him. You could
They
have
could
an
trade
argument
him.
with
Yeah,
that.
they
He's
could
had
trade
knee
him.
issues, and
They could trade him. Yeah. And the Rams might go with that fool's gold with CJ because remember, but why did they run CJ Anderson more than they ran Todd Gurley?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Before the news come out, I'm gonna say wait till a month from now. You're gonna also hear some news that says, "Oh, by the way, we just got a report that Todd Gurley was playing with a torn meniscus this whole time."
You think we're gonna hear something like that?
It's always those type of reports.
He was playing with
So
something.
where after everything has settled down, the Super Bowl's over, everything is quiet. Then boom,
you gonna hear that?
you get a report. He had a torn meniscus. That's what I tell you.
What if the answer is Ezekiel Elliott
Ooh.
Ezekiel Elliott, what?
going somewhere else?
No.
Because he's actually asking for a contract extension this year. He's got one more year left on his contract. He's asking for one this year.
I believe it's that quick.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him an extension this year. He's going to play through his contract. Look, we've had the conversation about running backs. Y'all know how I feel about running backs.
Yeah, you think they're dime a dozen.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
are.
No, you don't get special running backs.
Okay, special running backs. That's why he got his big money.
Ezekiel Elliott is a special. He fits
is.
in that category. So you're not going to find another Ezekiel Elliott out there.
That's why he got paid in the top 5. That's why he was drafted in the top 5. He got top 5
And you're saying
money.
don't give him nothing else.
Let's let him play it out. Another 400 carry season. See how that body feels before you invest that type
See,
of
I
money.
can't really say that about Adrian Peterson.
Well, he's an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
He's not the norm, though.
Yeah.
That dude
Sona
is
power.
Now Peterson
There it is.
Peterson might be somewhere
Power.
else.
Yeah,
but he's not a big.
Darius
No, he's
Geis
not.
is coming back from his season injury. I mean, Adrian Peterson wants some starter minutes. He wants
right.
to be treated as a starter until he retires. I mean, he's not going to accept no backup role. He's made to be a starter. He's going to play his whole career as a starter.
Right.
He'll be 34 this upcoming season and still wants to start an NFL team.
But he still
Why
can play
shouldn't he?
too.
Why wouldn't he?
So,
But he still can play
you
too.
see what happened in New
Yeah.
Orleans? He didn't have a chance, opportunity.
No, they didn't
He
give
get
it
to the
him.
Redskins. Boom, he has a 1,000-yard season at 33.
I would call Kansas City and see if they
Ooh,
could use
and
a
put
running
him
back.
behind. Ooh.
Call Kansas
You don't
City.
trust Damian Williams?
Yeah, Boomer Sooner Nation rise up, of course.
But
Nah,
you
but
put AP in
AP
Kansas City knowing that he's going to
I
want to
play
be a
them
horse.
both. I play them both.
Okay.
He can be a horse. They
Well, if
can play
KC
him.
had a running back,
They do.
Damian Williams was pretty good.
yeah, but
He
well,
was sitting on the bench the whole time.
he was sitting on the bench because who's he got? The running back
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, yeah, and he's gonna be in jail for a second or two, isn't he?
No, I don't think so. Actually, one team in the NFL is looking to
To pick him up.
possibly pick him up.
All because of his youth and his production.
Yeah, he had some good yards. All right, what you got?
So,
I'm
final answer.
I'm gonna stick with Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley. Okay. Shelley, you want to take a crack at it?
I don't have a clue.
All right. For me, it'll be no question Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
I don't see him coming back to the Steelers. I mean, that relationship has fractured.
Yeah, but Antonio Brown, doesn't he have a domestic violence thing he got to deal with too?
Yeah, but he wasn't arrested. Let that pan out.
I'm
We
sorry.
just heard the news.
I'm so sorry. Ezekiel Elliott wasn't arrested, and he still got suspended for 6 games.
We got to let that
But
play
he
out.
was the scapegoat. He was the scapegoat after that fiasco with Ray. What's his name?
Ray
not
Rice.
Ray Lewis.
Ray
Ray
Rice?
Rice. Yeah. Remember, they had to make up for not doing
Not
what they
doing-
were supposed to do with Ray Rice,
But
and they used Ezekiel as the one.
But they wind up still barring Ray Rice
I'm
from the
just saying,
NFL.
I'm just saying,
I hear what
it's
you're saying.
died down now, so they're not as serious. It was big news when it happened with Ezekiel because of Ray Rice, but now that that's all kind of, they done swept it under the rug.
Yeah, and I know
So,
they did.
You know how they do? That was a media attention, and they PR people was telling them y'all need to do something.
And then Jerry Jones didn't do no good by saying, Goodell, you ain't getting. I'm gonna stop you from getting your contract extension.
Yeah, he just added fuel to the fire with that.
This
one.
was in mid-January. Of course, TMZ first broke it out.
TMZ is how I need to be on their payroll because
A woman
a lot of
told
people.
the
Watch
Hollywood
TMZ all the
Police
time.
Department in January that Brown committed some form of quote unquote, some form of misconduct. Didn't say what it was.
But
Some
you know,
form
that's what
of
we talked about
misconduct.
last week with these false
According to the
accusations,
police report.
so-
Say that again.
I said we talked about this last week with women getting punished for false accusations. Not to say that her accusation is false, but we do have to give them time to investigate to make sure before you start putting people under the gun and
Yeah,
putting
but-
them out the NFL like they did with Zeke.
But here's the thing. They deal with Zeke though. This girl right here live from start to
But
finish.
we know that. But again,
And the
that
NFL
was
still-
a media fiasco.
Yeah, the NFL still suspended him for 6 games.
But it was because they had to make up for
Yeah,
what
but
happened with
here's
Ray
the other thing
Rice.
too is everything
Because
that's
they
happened
said they
after
were
that.
too lenient with Ray Rice, so they had to use Zeke.
Yeah, but everything else after that,
That's
no
what I'm
one's
saying.
no one's getting suspended for that.
But
For even
I'm-
accusations, they're
You
not getting
don't
suspended.
hear me.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I do hear that.
That was a PR nightmare.
Nightmare. I get
And
that.
they had to do something to settle that down.
I get that.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right,
So-
let's go and get the third down.
Oh, we don't. That was second down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dang.
We got
Mhm.
5 minutes to wrap all this up.
You get into it, you get long winded.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought we
Get
was
us
on.
going.
I thought we was on overtime.
Third down. So were the Cowboys politically correct in deciding to not extend Jason Garrett,
Yes.
coach?
Well, I know what he's gonna say.
Yes.
Yes.
Why
yes,
is that?
yes.
Because we've seen this song and dance before. I think you don't need to give him the security of getting another 3 or 4 years. Let's see if you can give us back-to-back division championships, back-to-back playoff appearances, and then let's see if you can
Earn
get
that
past
contract.
that first round and get us to the NFC title game. Let's see progress.
Yes.
So,
Let's see progress.
so in order for Jason Garrett to get a contract extension, in your mind, we've got to be NFC championship.
Again, or get to the playoffs and get past the first round. You can't keep.
You can't
At some
keep,
point,
I
you
get
have
that.
to get further.
Right, I
than
get
where
that.
you've been getting, and you have the same team. You have your players that you want,
And you have your offensive coordinator.
exactly. And, well, we have my offensive coordinator.
Your
It's not Jason Garrett. It's Jason Garrett. If it was up to him, Scott Linehan probably would still be there.
Mm.
And so,
and so he did lost his job anyway.
yeah. So when Jason fails to do that next year, because I've seen our schedule, it's very difficult.
It
for
is.
for next season.
It's what, top
Wait.
10? So
It's probably higher than that. I mean, the schedule's brutal, and so we get the Patriots and all
Yeah.
that good jazz.
we
So
got to play Miami too, don't we?
when that happens,
We
Get
play
ready.
Miami.
for Kellen
Oh,
Moore
shucks.
and our defensive coordinator to be our coaches,
Which one you want, Richard?
Sherman to be the head coach.
Sherman.
I mean,
no,
Richard.
Chris
Chris
Richard?
Chris Rashard.
Okay.
I was
Chris
getting ready to say
Rashard.
what?
All right, Vince Warmer.
Chris Rashard.
No, I think he was correct in not giving an extension.
Okay.
It's two things to say about giving an extension though. And this can go two different ways. Like what you just said, don't keep them comfortable. But the second way it can go is back in 1964.
There go your whole 5 minutes right
No.
there.
Back in 1964,
Oh my goodness.
Tom Landry gave a speech to his team.
Mhm.
And the speech was actually, I'm sorry, it was 65 or 66. It was 66 actually. Tom Landry gave a speech to his team, and the speech kind of went like, you know what, I'm not going to be around that much longer. And so he didn't think he was going to get a contract extension. Tex Schramm, and at the time it was Clint Murchison, who had bought the team, decided to give Tom Landry a 10-year extension. And that was unheard of. He became confident in him being a coach, and then guess what? They went on this whole tear, 20 years of winning season. So it's something to be said about an extension. Am I comfortable, or make me uncomfortable so I can do what I got to do? So it could go both ways, but I think they was okay with not giving him an extension.
Yeah, he's been there 8-9 years already.
All right, fourth down, coach. Which NFL team, top 15, in next year's draft is the best fit for Kyler Murray based upon his skill set?
In the top 15, none.
I don't think anybody.
Not in the top 15.
He's so small.
Right.
Nobody.
None.
Nobody.
He's just too
None.
small.
Not in the top 15.
It's not top 15.
Nah.
Man. I don't even think I'd take him in the first round.
I go second or third, and then we still don't know if he's going to play baseball or football.
Right.
So I mean that's still up in the air. Remember, we didn't know if Bo was going to play baseball or football. So guess what? They took Bo in the 6th round.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, yeah. Well, Tampa Bay took him, and then he still didn't play with Tampa Bay, and then he wound up going to 6th round to the Raiders.
Okay.
So no, I say none.
Oh, that's tough for me to say too. Sorry, Kyler.
I say none.
All right.
And
that's 4 down territory.
4 down territory. We don't.
All
We don't have overtime, huh?
right. No overtime this time. Huh?
Yeah. That was more exciting than the football game.
Mhm.
Than the Super Bowl.
All right. So when we come back, we have the entertainment hours coming up. Shelley got some nuggets for us.
Who?
Entertainment
Security got some nuggets for us. I had to get it straight. Yeah, she got some nuggets for
That's
us.
my opening music.
Breaking news: Nick Foles just voided his contract.
Oh,
What?
so
That's all
you're
I'ma
right.
say.
Yeah. Oh, it just
That's all
came
I'ma
out?
say.
Okay. So that's done deal, huh?
That's all I'm gonna say. We gotta go.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Well, I'm so glad he out of Philadelphia.
Y'all be calling it, don't you?
All right. Sports Talk Radio, ForumRadioNetwork.com. Nick Foles will be what you picked. Did you pick Nick Foles? Or you pick Nick Foles?
Come on, man.
Oh,
He
okay.
did.
Let's see.
I'm trying to give it to somebody else.
I told you he was only give you that one compliment. You better eat it slow.
I'm trying to give it to somebody else.
You better eat it slow.
All right. We'll be right back.
Save
go.
the flavor.